1889. The century is coming to an end. Paris celebrates the World's Fair, and 1,000 kilometers away, Antonio, the first and only offspring of the Puig Castello family, is born. Neither visitors to the fair nor the proud parents imagine that 124 years later, the company created by Antonio will have established its Parisian headquarters on the Champs-Élysées. A bold entrepreneur from an early age, Antonio sees his first business fail when a German submarine torpedoes his only commercial boat. Yet in 1914, he tirelessly embarks on a new project, a perfume and cosmetics company, Antonio Puig. This time, it's not a torpedo, but a lipstick that changes the course of events. Milady becomes an instant success. But Puig doesn't stop there. He travels around Europe in search of new essences and raw materials to develop agua lavanda. But the Spanish Civil War puts an end to imported ingredients. Again, Antonio transforms an obstacle into an opportunity, and the fragrance ends up with a distinctive and original touch of spike. Soon, virtually every nose in Spain will be able to identify its unforgettable scent. The founders' 4 children, Antonio, Mariano, Jose Maria, and Enrique, join the family company and build its international momentum in the second half of the 20th century. The younger Antonio brings a sensitivity to design, and the designers Yves Zimmermann and André Ricard help shape and color this new phase. Mariano leads international expansion, and the company emerges not only successful in the ever-challenging entry into the United States, but also establishes partnerships with giants such as Max Factor. No new German submarine incidents are reported. Later, while a mix of oxygen, hydrogen, and kerosene propel humanity to the surface of the moon, a mix of rose, bergamot, and jasmine give life to calandre, Paco Rabanne's first perfume, and a brand that becomes a member of the Puig family in 1968. Brothers Antonio and Mariano turn to Rabanne in search of a leading Parisian figure who can help them complete the conquest of the US market. When their father Antonio dies in 1979, the project he founded is the leader where it was created and has left its mark on 2 of the most important and difficult markets in the world of perfumery, Paris and New York. Following 2 decades of success together, Puig and Paco Rabanne strengthened their relationship, incorporating the designer's fashion line into the company's portfolio in the 80s. Shortly after, Carolina Herrera takes the same path. In 1988, Eau de Parfum is launched, and 7 years later, the fashion line is brought into the family. At the threshold of the 21st century, Nino Ricci is incorporated to Puig. A project led by the 3rd generation of the family, which is already part of the company. At the dawn of the new century, the 3rd generation of the family business takes over, with Marc Puig at the helm and Manuel Puig as vice chairman, and accompanied by a team of professionals fully dedicated to the project. The company takes strategically bold decisions. Building on a legacy of audacity and ambition, Puig decides to shed products such as gels and soaps, which had been the greatest source of revenues until that time, and focus on the selective market of fragrance and fashion. Following this new direction, Puig takes a further step in 2011 by bringing on board the legendary fashion designer Jean-Paul Gaultier. Puig celebrates its 100th anniversary in 2014, asserting itself as a home where creativity, craftsmanship, and exclusivity are celebrated. This was reflected in Puig's ability to foresee the potential of niche perfumery with the acquisition of Penhaligon's and L'Artisan Parfumeur. At some point, Puig focuses its efforts on investing in and growing its own brands to develop their full potential. This path leads to the arrival of new names such as the independent fashion designer Dries Van Noten, wellness products such as Lotto del Sur and Karma Ayurveda, and the contemporary luxury of Byredo. With these brands, Puig reinforces its commitment to sustainability, embedded in its purpose to leave a better world for the next generation. At the same time, Puig begins expanding its horizons while keeping an eye on its own history. The arrival of Charlotte Tilbury takes Puig back to the world of makeup, the origin of the company's success nearly a century before. And in January 2021, the company welcomes Uriage and Apivita, two dermo-cosmetic brands that sharpen its focus on the skincare category. In 2024, Puig is sponsoring the 37th America's Cup, the world's oldest international sports trophy. It is also the sponsor of the first Puig Women's America's Cup. And just like that famous monument built for that Paris World's Fair, Puig continues to be a reference, but always looking to the future. An example of what can be achieved through ambition, freedom, and creativity. This is not really the end of the story, but for now, these are the chapters that make almost 110 years of history. The rest is still to be written.